Name's Carl, and my friend and I, Samir, are excited to share with you our project Honest Wheels, which solves the problem of helping people buy a used car with confidence. A lot of people really don't know what is a reliable or good car when starting their search, for a used car, and when it comes time to pick out a specific car. Uh, there aren't a lot of really good tools to help you check the history of that vehicle to see whether or not it's been in an accident, is its title clean, whole bunch of things. So we've been hard at work the past couple months, uh, collecting data, hooking up APIs, doing all the good stuff to create our tool Honest Wheels. So I'm going to take you a little tour real quick. The core of Honest Wheels is a paid VIN report. A VIN, or a vehicle identification number, is a unique ID for every car ever made. And insurance companies, police and fire departments, sales records, auctioneers, a whole host of folks, keep track of what happens to a car based on that unique ID. So at Honest Wheels, you give us your 17-character VIN, and we can return you a report about the history of your vehicle. So here is an example VIN report for a 2004 Toyota Prius. With Honest Wheels, we let you know whether there's anything to worry about with this vehicle. And this Prius seems like it has a clean history. Title's clean, that means never been in a recorded accident. There hasn't been any kind of like tomfoolery with the mileage or anything like that. There are no accidents in its record. There's no records of damage, and it was never a lemon, which means the Toyota never had to buy it back as a defective car. We have mileage records. It helps you visualize sort of the history of the car and its patterns of use, maybe guess at how many different users it's had, or owners rather, and a map of all the different states that the car has been registered in. Finally, we walk through all the different brands that a title can have that you might be worried about, and make sure that this Toyota Prius is totally clean. By way of contrast, here is a 2015 Maserati that you might want to hesitate before buying. Honest Wheels, we've got two records that it was an accident. It has a salvage title, which means it was damaged almost to the point where it just should be scrapped. We have a record of some major collision, and the insurance company declared it as a major loss. So this is a car with a very troubled past. You can see here in this graph, we mark where those accidents happen, and also show anytime the car was sold at auction, which is a very common thing for a used vehicle. Car, as you can see, was registered in Florida and Georgia and had a couple accidents. And we've got the dates, location, and a bunch of information about what happened to those accidents. The thing that we're really excited about Honest Wheels, beyond the really user-friendly experience, the maps and charts, some of the data processing we're doing to help make this data more meaningful, is we're a lot more affordable and about value than some of our competitors like Carfax and AutoCheck. We offer a lot of the same data that they do, including some features that they don't, for a price that is 80% lower than an individual Carfax report. Now, if you're kind of at the beginning of your vehicle search, we also have sort of reliability reports for over 700 different make and model, different kind of vehicles. This is based on complaint data and recall information from a federal agency, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. We count up how many complaints each model year of a different vehicle has. So, and then share that information in a really meaningful and easy to understand way. So you can see if you were thinking about buying a Toyota Prius, maybe you want to skip the 2010, which was the first year of the third generation Prius. Seems like it had a lot of issues. Although overall you can see from this graph that the Prius didn't have so many major issues. Maybe just some kind of more minor issues with maybe interior wear or visibility, some other things. And we'll get to that later in the report. We also show how many recalls there were every year. And further down, we break down what kind of issues people are complaining about. So we can see here that it seems like the Prius had some issues with exterior lighting and brakes over its time. So if we continue down this reliability report, we can see here that The number one complaint for Prius is about exterior lighting. And it looks like the third generation model definitely had some problems with lighting. And I've dug into this myself, and it seems like there's problems with the bulbs burning out, and a lot of repair costs associated with that. So the engine is going to seize up or anything, but that's something to watch out for if you're buying a used Prius. Further on, 2010 looks like it had some serious problems with the brakes, and with this graph here that visualizes the mileage recorded when the complaints are filed, you can see that mostly this issue affected cars when they were new, so I would buy a used Prius with confidence from this year. And like I said, it's not just the Prius, but we've got, reliability reports for every mainstream model that you could think of, and they help provide some really great context for kind of like your vehicle search, especially when it comes to wanting to find a vehicle that isn't going to break your bank with a lot of repairs and so forth. So that's briefly on Honest Wheels. Thanks for taking the time to check us out, watch this video. Happy hunting. Take care.